Today I'm gonna make sourdough bagels. I'm gonna first just feed my starter so that we have something ready to bake later, and then I'm gonna show you the process later of mixing the dough. But now we're just gonna add, I took my starter out of the fridge. There's just a little bit in. And now I'm just going to add some water. This is 100 grams of spring water to my starter. That's 100. And then I'm going to add 100 grams of flour to the water and just mix it. And then I'm going to let it sit for as long as I need to for it to double in size and form a lot of bubbles, and then it'll be ready to bake the sourdough. I just want to show you that I'm using Bob's Small artisan bread flour, whole wheat flour, and the spring water, and that's what I usually use. I use half to get to 100, so 50 grams, and 100 grams, and I'm just mixing it with my spatula. I'm just getting a real nice mix there, and then this is going to sit until it doubles in size, and then I can mix the sourdough bagel mix. I'm gonna mix the ingredients now for my bagel dough. This is my starter, and as you can see, it was here this morning. It's grown double in size, so I am going to do 2 batches because I want to use my stand mixer to mix the dough, and I can only do it with 1 batch at a time, but I am planning on making 16 bagels, but each batch makes 8 bagels. So I'm going to start by doing 100 grams of starter. Just gonna zero down my scale, and then 100 grams here. Let's see if I can. 96. It's a little bit more. 99. That should be close enough. There's 100. And then I'm gonna do 255 grams of water. And again, this is spring water. $255 grams of water, and then 40 grams of honey. We'll do this out. 40 grams of honey. These are really good bagels and easy to make. That's the honey, and then I have 10 grams of salt. So 10 grams of salt. There we go. All right, so I just mixed all of that, and now I'm gonna put 500 grams of bread flour in. Perfect. So now this I'm gonna just mix a little bit together. I'm just gonna use this spatula that I had my starter with, and then I mean that was in my in my starter. I'm just mixing it with this a little bit, and then this is gonna go into the my mixer for 6 to 7 minutes on slow speed until it's nice and incorporated. So the dough is been mixed for 6 minutes in the stand mixer, and I just want to show you it's a nice workable dough. This is going to go in a bowl, and we're going to rest this for 8 to 12 hours at room temperature, although it is 7 o'clock at night. So I'm probably going to rest it on the counter until I go to bed, and then I'll put it in the fridge covered. And then I'll deal with it again in the morning. This bagel dough of mine sat in the fridge for 2 nights instead of just 1 night that I thought I was going to bake yesterday, but I didn't get a chance. So I took it out and I rolled it in these little balls. And now I'm going to shape the actual bagel, and the way I do it, I just make a hole in the middle with my fingers, and then I just stretch it by doing this, and then onto parchment paper. And these are the last 2. So again, there's my little bowl. So I had 16 of these. I made double the recipe to make 16, and each of these little dough balls are about 110 grams. That gave me 16, so nice, a lot of bagels. And then I'm gonna let them rest I have another tray here. These will now rest for about 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, we're going to boil them and then bake them. Okay, so we are going to boil these bagels now. So I've got my water on a rolling boil, and I got a tablespoon of sugar in that water. So I'm gonna start probably doing 4 at a time, and I'm just usually just opening this hole again because the dough relaxed a little bit. And then this is going to go 2 minutes aside, and then back onto the parchment, and then we're gonna bake them in the oven, and then I'll show you that. Usually they sink to the bottom, but as soon as they sort of start boiling, they will loosen a little bit and then come up, or you can just loosen them with your slotted spoon a bit, and then they'll come back up. So I'll do these 4, and then I'll show you when they come out. Okay, so the bagels are all boiled, ready to be dipped. I already dipped that batch, so I'm just gonna show you how I do this. I have everyday bagel from Trader Joe's in here in the bowl. And then what I usually do, because my bagels made this parchment now wet, so I like to dry the parchment. It doesn't matter that the bagel is wet. I actually do the wet side and I dip it into the bagel seasoning, and that makes it actually stick much nicer. And then I just dry the spot where I'm going to put the bagel back down on, and I just continue doing that. And then we're going to bake these at 425 Fahrenheit for about 25 to 28 minutes. The bagels now baked for 25 minutes. I actually did an extra 5 minutes on the bottom shelf bagels because they were much lighter than the others. And here they are.